this is like fun with other, running friends. So I'm like, I'm going to do it because I knew it would put me in a good mood.
You are my BRF.
What's happening, Eric?
They're for your victory lap.
Yeah.
Whoa!
I just, how did that happen?
How did you do that?
And all of a sudden I go to zip it up and I'm like, why is the zipper in the front right now? 0 out of 10 on the recommendation scale.
I am literally crying from laughter and from so much love. Oh my God.
It's like I see off for your cornhole.
And he just smashed Arnie like that and said, you stay out of this, Arnie. And I thought,
I don't run to stay sober. I get to run because I am.
And there she was, a halo over her head.
No, it's not very true. Okay. And he steps to the side and just gestures. Here's the tinkle pot. I don't need to tinkle.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 179 of the On the Runs podcast. What a week it's been already. We dropped part 1 of the Millennium Running John Mortimer podcast episode the other day. Vlog number 2 of the Road to New York City Marathon series. That's right, I gave it an official name, has dropped, and you're about to hear the rest of the story on this Friday Eve edition of the podcast. But first, before we dive into any of that and much more, I must say hello to my kick-ass rock star of a co-host, 6-star Erica. What's up?
What is up, buddy? Oh, it feels like such a privilege to get to do this twice in 1 week. Hell yes.
Yeah, well, we've done it a lot this year. It's been a little bit of a cruel summer lately. But, we've only done 1 episode and everything. But, so what? We're back. We're back to 2 times a week.
We're back, baby.
We got the vlog. This is a lot of fun. And we got part 2 of this amazing series. But we'll get to that in a quick few moments. But how are you? What's going on? Anything new happen? Did you just happen to watch something on YouTube?
That is basically the only thing that's happened to me since we last spoke. My life is very boring. All I do is run and watch vlogs, apparently. So, by the way, that was pretty much the Adeline show. Where were you in that?
It was the Adeline vlog takeover just dropped. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
I had a blast
seeing her like steer the boat, basically. Yeah. Like she was taking the camera and going off and she was super cute. And I like how much she enjoyed doing it.
Oh,
too.
She loved it. Vlog number 3 will drop next week, and you still Adeline's going to make an appearance, but a little less Adeline. But we will be at the Delta Dental 5K in that one. That was a fun vlog where she crushed that 5K. But you're also going to get a lot of behind the scenes to today's episode because that's where we were. We're at Millennium Running with John. Where an episode the other day on Tuesday dropped where you got the entire John Mortimer story, and this episode today you're going to get the entire Millennium Running story. And did you like that little cliffhanger, how I ended it there last week?
I totally did. I'm lucky that I remember what happened. So I'm not left on the cliff. Everybody else doesn't have to wait any longer for the rest of the story.
Right. And then we got a lot to catch up after because, don't blame me. It's been a cruel summer with so much humidity and the heat lately, but you need to calm down and shake it off. As we know, the temps are falling and we're about to do it all in style. And not to have any bad blood, but we're 52 days away from the Chicago Marathon. We're 73 days away from the New York City Marathon. And we're going to leave it all out there and have a love story, as you know it all too well.
He's not a Swiftie, you guys. He's a total liar.
We're going to crush 26.2 this fall.
You are a Swiftie.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Hey, guys. We got a lot to catch up on in the outro, but this episode it was great. I can't wait. Remember, we're going to be at the NH 10 miler on Saturday, podcasting live from the race. Definitely after, maybe before too. It's going to be a lot of fun. This whole experience with Millennium has been a lot of fun. Thank you again to John and the entire staff and everybody at Millennium for helping out and making this happen. But you guys got to hear the rest of the story.
You guys are definitely going to enjoy this one. So without further ado, please enjoy the rest of the Millennium Running story here on the On the Runs podcast.
Well, something else that's amazing and something I've always loved to say this term is I love to pump the tires. And I want to pump the tires for Millennium. We've been talking forever and we haven't really broken the ice. We like to, like I said, go in the DeLorean and go back in time.
I'm not doing it this time. I feel like I have to.
To December 31st, 1999. Because I know Millennium was founded around 2014, but really the
2011.
2011.
2011, yeah.
It's been 14 years
Been 14
ago.
years, yeah.
But really the story goes back to the Millennium.
It does. Yeah, the Millennium for all the how old are you? You weren't even, you're not allowed to ask that, sorry. Didn't say. You weren't even born then.
I was.
No, yeah, barely. She was in diapers.
99, I was 13.
13, okay. So
I was
going
not
back,
running, though. I was definitely not running at that point.
So if you go back to 1999, right, the Millennium, the turn of Millennium, computers weren't supposed to go past 1999.
Banks
like
were going to go
Y2K.
wild.
Y2K was like the world's going to shut down. Well, going back to Matt Downen, my high school buddy, we had spent with our friends and high school friends and college friends. We like always came back to Boston over the holidays. Went in the city and tried to pick up chicks, and New Year's Eve was always like the fun thing to do, and always struck out. And
not gonna lie, I did the same.
Yeah, right. That's sort of like what you did, but and then Y2K.
I'm not going to tell you my record though.
Golly. Then Y2K happened, and we're like, well, we're not going to Boston this year because if the world shuts down, we don't want to like
get stuck.
The T's not going to run back. Yada yada yada.
Yeah.
And so this was Thanksgiving that year, and we're hanging out before Thanksgiving. So what are you doing for New Year's? And we had decided to just basically have a party in New Hampshire with all our friends. And Matt went to Wisconsin. He ran track at Wisconsin. So he had all his Wisconsin buddies come. I had all my Michigan buddies come. And then our high school teammates that went to different colleges. So we ultimately, and Matt's older brother, Andy, who was an All-American at Georgetown, and was running professionally at that time too. He decided to have his buddies come. So we had like the kind of like the who's who of guest lists of like runner nerds.
Yeah.
But they're all really fast. We had like people that had made US teams and All-Americans, and we added up all
to be in that room.
Yeah.
That would be so fun.
And a bunch of short shorts and guys, right? Like wicked
those
cool
are
guys.
Back now.
They are.
Oh man.
So we were like, man, this is an awesome. It would be awesome if we went to like some road race with a bus with all these awesome, like athletes.
Show up unannounced.
Yeah, just like ringers, but just something stupid.
Some local guys like won it for the last 14 years in a row, and then you guys are going to go.
Like,
that is so.
All these college All-Americans show up, and you're like, fuck. Sorry.
Yeah,
you say.
And so that's how it kind of came to be that we wanted to do a race because of the party. And the only race that existed at the time, and I think it still happens, the Hangover Classic. I think in like Salisbury, right?
There's one in Lowell too. Oh, that's like first run.
Yeah, I don't think that exists. But there's a Salisbury Classic. It's been going on for like 40 years.
Classic.
But there's Hangover Classic in Salisbury, and there was nothing about New Year's Day. Like our party was New Year's Eve. Like we didn't want a New Year's Day. Like who knew we were going to be alive? Forget like wicked headache. By the way, if the world was any Y2K, we were going out hard. So like nothing about New Year's Day was appetizing. So we just said, how hard could it be to like produce our own road race? Let's do that. So we said we're going to do our own 5K. And then we looked at who was coming, and we had these amazing milers, like people that ran the Olympic trials and like finalists that ran the mile, all these sub 4 minute miler guys that sub 4 is like a big deal for the mile. And we did the guest list. We looked at it. We're like, well, why don't we just do a mile? Just do a road mile. And in Londonderry, I found where now the Millennium Mile exists. We found a downhill stretch of road that was a 1 mile stretch.
Yep.
Is this the road where the high school is?
High school.
Going down,
yeah.
North towards Manchester.
Well, it used to go south towards Wyndham, I guess. But basically Londonderry High School is at the top of a hill, either direction. And at so we had done some research, and that's where my buddy Jamie Staten was involved in stuff, talking to him about sports stuff. We realized there had never been a sub 4 minute mile ever run in the state of New Hampshire.
No way.
At the time. Yeah. Back there. And so WMUR got involved in it. The Union Leader newspaper got involved. We kind of gave them like, who are the bios of these people? Like we're guaranteeing there's going to be a sub 4. So WMUR brought their TV camera to put in the pickup truck. To, like
it was great.
But it was literally just, we had, then we put out like, I think we built a website and called it the Millennium Mile. again, 1999. And this is all from like Thanksgiving to New Year's. So it was all of like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
5 weeks of
Not
actual.
bad.
And the entry fee, you had to mail in a $5 check to my parents' house. and like handwritten. There was no online registration for this in 1999 at all. It was literally. And so I'm back from Christmas and I'm like going through checks and like, I was written out to the Millennium Mile. Was who was written out to. I'm like, we got to open a bank account or something.
Like, how do we do
How do we even do this?
Yeah.
Like, this is like where I was a college senior. I'm like, this is so stupid. I don't know how to do this. And ultimately, we had 121 registrants.
That's really good for a premier race,
for a
like
road
an
mile.
inaugural one. Yeah.
And ultimately, that's so funny. My wife called me. She's like, are you done yet?
No, we just broke the ice of Millennium.
We should get her on. I should call her. We should get her on.
Actually, well, no one's wearing headphones. I could get her on.
Oh, we should.
We wouldn't hear it.
We
could get him. We could get him
She would love it, but she would hate it at the same time.
Oh, we'll do something another time.
Yeah. You need to interview her because she makes magic happen.
We're gonna do it
at Millennium and in my life.
Yeah, but I want to do it right here.
Yeah.
That was sweet. And in my life, yeah.
John's doing a little heart symbol.
The heart symbol.
I love it. I did it wrong.
I love her. Yeah.
Are you supposed to do something like that now? I don't know. The kids are doing it different, and I don't know how to do it anymore. This is the way.
I know it was like West Side or something like that.
Crips. And
But 121.
Yeah, and we had.
Where'd they come from?
They were all our college buddies, and from Delaware to California. They all flew in for the party.
Awesome.
And so we made enough money to buy 2 kegs.
Yes.
We donated like $500 or something to the soup kitchen.
Oh, awesome.
That year. And we gave all the extra food. We got it all donated. We had a whole bunch of sponsors and we just made some phone calls and it happened.
Yeah.
And I think, God, I forget how many guys broke 4 minutes. I think there was like 8 or 9 guys broke 4 minutes.
Okay.
And the news interviewed everybody and it was great. And we gave out awards. And then we had this awesome party. And then we woke up the next morning groggy, and the world still kept spinning. So that was it. There was the Millennium Mile in 1999. Wow. That was it.
What was your time?
I think I ran 3:57.
Nice.
I think I ran 3:57.
I was like, he had to be sub 4, but he's being humble right now.
Yeah, I think 3:52 was the winning time.
Wow.
Scott Anderson's 3:53 maybe. Scott Anderson
Incredible.
from Washington D.C. at the time. That's where he was living. So,
and that must have been one epic party.
It was a great, it was a great party. We had a great time, enjoyed it, but it was done. And fast forward 11 months later, I was at the Greater Dairy Turkey Trot, and members of the running community were like, "Oh man, I heard about your mile. I saw it on TV. I can't wait to run it." And
then it was going to happen again.
Yeah. And it was literally, that was the only reason why we did it, because of Y2K. And we were convinced that morning that you should do this race. You should do this again. And we're like, well, we did it once. So we threw it together again. Now we only had 70 people sign up that year. Still people broke 4 minutes and it was fun. And then that following year I had moved back to Boston. So once I moved back to Boston, I kind of took that on as, well, I'm here now. Why don't I just advertise a little bit more? And when I went to local races, I put flyers on people's, when you used to do that.
I did this. We did that.
I had one on my car this weekend.
Did you really?
Well, we did it with Stooley stickers, like at the cheap marathon or something, leaving. We put it on maybe 10 cars.
Yuki's was one of them.
Okay. Well, you're not gonna, that has more stickers on it. You won't know it's missing.
I know, right? I don't know how long it took her to notice we put one on there.
I know, right?
She's like, ooh, this poop emoji on my windshield
Yeah,
wiper.
that's so weird. There's nothing worse than like starting to drive and then all of a sudden like you're like
something slapping.
You try putting it on, try to grab it out the window because you don't want to stop.
Yeah.
You're like, oh God.
So have you done the race every year since then?
No, well, I did it. I was a participant and the race director for, I think, through maybe 2007 was the last year that I ran it. And I think I won it that year. And I'm like, I'm going out. I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah. End on a high note.
But we did that race for, I say we, Matt, his older brother, Andy, were very formative in helping us do that every year. And then ultimately the race sort of took on a life of its own. Matt and Andy moved away and I kind of just kept it going. And it took on a greater meaning for me personally because my parents, I mentioned, had passed away.
Yes.
So they were involved in the event, helping on race day. And we named a scholarship after them that we would give to a high school senior from Londonderry. So that became super personal for me and my family, and just being something that we did every year. And in its 10th year, I think it was the 10th year, we had 1,000 runners.
Wow. Were you prepared for 1,000 runners?
Well, it grew every year. It was like 70 people, then 125, and then...
Oh, but then all of your advertising
it started growing.
Yeah, the word gets out.
I think it had like 708. And then we got this one year that was like 60 degrees and beautiful. People running no shirt on. It was like unbelievable New Year's Eve race. And then, so that light bulb moment in this 10th year where we had 1,000 runners, and it made enough revenue to endow the scholarship in my mom and dad's honor. And it actually made money. Mm-hmm. And I was like, like, that's cool. I wonder if I did that just like 10 more times. Like, did I work 10 days, 4 days, 5 days? Like, if I just do this is a great job. I really like doing it.
That was the spark.
That was the light bulb moment that went off. And so Millennium Mile had, again, happened for 10 years. And I came up with ideas like, what could I name my company? If I started a company, what would it be? And Millennium.
How many names did he go through? Because I did that with this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I forget. It was just always Millennium Events, Millennium Management, and then some of them were taken.
Yeah.
Like there's the Millennium Hotel. I'm like, here's what I know. We should have named it something completely different, because 50% of our Google searches are spelt wrong.
Oh,
no one knows how to spell millennium. We're
You know
teaching millennium. We're teaching people how to spell one millennium at a time. There's 2 N's in millennium, and everybody they send me email. Did you get my email? No. Where'd you send it? Oh, 1 N. Oh, okay. Well, that's why I didn't get it.
As long as I can
might
Google.
spell it wrong half the time too.
Not
even knowing.
Now you're never gonna.
Yeah.
So we're educating America.
Very nice.
One at a time.
At least
So-
Google is a little bit smarter these days, where it'll come up. As long as you put Millennium and running, it'll
most of the
come
stuff
up.
shows up.
Yeah. Well, no, I like that you stuck with Millennium because of that first race.
It was sort of it's the genesis story of it, right?
I think, and a lot of people, I think, know parts of that story, but don't know the whole story.
Yeah.
I feel like that guy from the old day. And now you know the rest of the
rest of the story.
Erica's too young.
I have no idea what that's from. No, I'm just gonna smile and nod.
I don't know that, and that's the rest of the story.
I know that, and that's the way the cookie crumbles.
I think it's the same guy.
The same guy.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm Walter Cronkite. There's an what is
You
that
do
from?
the voice better than me and Sean.
That's oh my god, that's Jim Carrey. What movie was that from?
Oh, no. Okay. Different movie. You're talking about when he's the news anchor dude.
Yeah.
Bruce Almighty.
Bruce Almighty. Okay.
Yeah. No, this is some
Throwing
old guy
in some
from,
quotes for you, but
there you
that's
go.
what I know it
We're
from.
totally off, though.
And
Like,
that's
I
the
remember
way to-
driving in the car with my dad home from hockey practice and hearing the guy. So, and that's the rest of the story.
Right. That was on NPR.
Yes. Yeah.
My dad listened to the Doobie Brothers.
Oh,
He
Dawn.
didn't do NPR or anything, but
So that
save
sparked it,
NPR,
though.
save NPR.
So that sparked it for you, though. The 10-year anniversary. You notice you had for 10 years in a row, you only put on one race.
Yeah. So in that time frame, I was running professionally, and then I started college coaching. I mentioned a little bit, and was coaching at Boston College for 6 years. Got a job at the University of Kentucky as the cross country and track coach there. So we relocated. Jen and I got married. We relocated to Kentucky, and which was like literally got back from our honeymoon and got the movers to take us to Kentucky. Literally, we got married,
Wow.
honeymoon, moved, and
Wow.
she's like, "What am I doing?"
So Kentucky
So
wasn't
I owe her
for
big
you.
time. So we lived in Kentucky for 3 years. I was a coach there, and it just really, we needed to move back to the Northeast New England, and I looked at college coaching jobs in New England. I started interviewing, and I was a finalist for the Dartmouth job that was open, and I was recommended by the outgoing coach that was leaving, and I was a New Hampshire guy coming back to Dartmouth, and I was like, I got this job. I thought I nailed the interview. Jen, who's an elementary school teacher, she ended up getting a job up in the Hanover area as an elementary school teacher.
That
So
would have been perfect.
It was great. So we're like,
Did
we're
it work,
gone.
though?
We're gone. And I thought, again, I talk about putting the cart before the horse. Like we had the movers coming. We were moving.
Yep.
No matter what. And the day the movers came, I got a call from the AD. I'm like, oh sweet, I got the job.
Here it is.
Oh, no.
And he's like, we went with another candidate.
Oh no.
And the oh shit Brown moment.
Yeah.
the
Code Brown.
Code Brown moment
what
in
do I
my
do?
in my life was I'm relocating my family. My wife, we had our son Jack, who was 3 at the time. We literally were, holy cow! We're on now single income. I no longer have a job.
Right.
Holy cow. And that happened to be that year 10 where that light bulb moment went off earlier that year.
Okay.
And I was like, I think I can do this.
Right.
So I revisited that.
What was that conversation like with Jen? Like, you have no job, but you like,
Oh my God.
anything,
Like,
do
what did I
something.
marry this guy?
and not only do I have no job, but I think I want to work for myself. And I'm going to imagine you had to invest some money in to get this thing going and get it kickstarted.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. She was very patient. And, the most important thing in life is that you kind of stick together on stuff. But what was super important to us is she had a stable job that had teachers get paid far too little in life
Absolutely.
anyway.
Yes.
But it was manageable, and she's super smart, hardworking, and with that job had insurance for our young family, which was the most important thing
Absolutely.
for us. And her hard work and her landing that job allowed me to try it.
Right.
And, I hit the ground running on it, and I worked hard. I worked from our house. We rented a house in Grantham, New Hampshire. I don't know if you've ever been there. Beautiful little community. Rented a house there for 9 months. And in that year, I put the whole instinctual stuff together, and I came up with 5 races that I wanted to create. So we had the Millennium Mile.
Yep.
And I added 5 new events to that.
What did you add?
That year. So the first event we did after the Millennium Mile was the Shamrock Shuffle. Still
Okay.
exists today.
Yes.
It's a great event.
I've
Yeah.
done that quite a few times myself.
Yep. And it's fun. Low bar to entry, which is really, 2 miles.
Yeah.
I
So
actually,
wait, you're going 1 mile to 2
2
miles.
miles, right?
What's the next one? A 5K.
So funny enough, the next one, well, it wasn't yet a 5K. We went back to a mile.
Oh.
Because all those years of doing the Millennium Mile, it's always really cold.
Yes.
It's January.
Yes.
December 31st, right? So it's not warm.
Right.
I'm like, if we just did this race in the summertime, people would run so much faster.
right.
But we picked Manchester to do it. And if you've ever been to Dairyfield Park, you look at it, where you see the fireworks from?
Yeah.
Down Bridge Street.
Yeah. Oh, yes, yes,
Down
yes.
is
And
good.
it was called the Manchester Mile.
I know where this is.
Yeah. So we did that for a number of years. And that was the first. So I did the Manchester Mile. And the winner of that, Brian Gagnon from Yukon, I think he ran 3:46 to win that the first year.
Unreal.
Yeah. It was
Pure talent.
like super fast. Like he's a super fast track. So
That's awesome.
Manchester Mile was the second one. Go back in time. And then we did the New Hampshire 10 miler.
Yes.
Coming up.
One of my favorites.
And the only reason we used to run there in high school around the lake on the trails. I'm like, this is awesome. We should do Lake Massabesic is beautiful.
Yep.
Love it. So the idea of a 10 miler, like there's not a lot of 10 milers. I
Yeah.
said we should do it. That's
Yeah.
Perfect distance.
Yeah. Underserved distance, not a lot of them.
Yeah.
And if you're training for a half, you need a
Right.
10 miler
There's
supported
stepping
race.
stone.
Stepping
Yep.
stone.
Perfect.
And then we partnered with the New Hampshire Fisher Cast. We did the Fisher Cast Thanksgiving Day 5K
Uh-huh.
and the Santa Claus Shuffle.
I love how
So they're all themed and fun. And
I
yeah.
love all the themes, but the Santa Claus Shuffle was one of, I think, the first races that I've done with you because I was living in Manchester at the time. It was 2012 was when I first picked it up. Because
Yep.
me and
So
all of
the
my
second
girlfriends
year,
went.
the second year.
Yeah, we all went. We were like, we're gonna be all cute and wear our Santa hats and Santa suits, and like I just loved the fact that you would be in a sea of red running down Elm Street. Like I remember it, and then. God, it's still so much fun.
And that's your creativity mind from your
That's a creative
college
mind.
Putting it to work.
degree.
Putting it to work.
Putting this on those
to
things
think
together.
of these themed races, especially like, wouldn't it be cool to have a race and have everyone running down Manchester dressed as a Santa Claus?
3,000
Well, I mean,
Santas
we're not
going
the first
down
ones
street.
to ever do a Christmas themed or an Irish themed race. So it
Yeah.
wasn't that, but there wasn't any in Manchester at the time. But there were also parades. So we partnered with the parades with each of the respective Irish parade and Christmas parade and said, I think we can add value to your parade by doing
Getting
more.
people out there.
Getting people out
Yeah.
there. The roads are already closed for your parade. We just need another
that's
half an
even
hour
more
ahead of
helpful.
it.
There you
so
go.
I didn't have to go like through all this stuff and went to the mayor in Manchester at the time. I had just made an appointment, said, can I meet you? And I said, I'd love your support. Here's my idea for bringing some fun things to the city. And he's like, I love it.
Yeah.
You have my support. Like if anybody gives you a hard time in the city, just call me. Here's my number. And I'm like, dude, that's
a good friend
pretty
to have.
awesome. Yeah. It was Mayor Gatsis at the time. And all the mayors subsequent to that have been awesome. Because when you stand up at, on Elm Street instead of hearing about overdoses and crime or homelessness or, addiction, you're seeing people there enjoying, like you and your girlfriends did, come out, and then they're going into restaurants and they're, eating, having a beer, drinking afterwards. And it just it's a place to, hopefully we're making the community better.
Yes.
I think so.
That's the vibe I got.
think there's no other sport that kind of does that. Especially in our age now as adults, right?
Yeah.
I can go play beer league hockey and hang out with the guys in the locker room after I have a few beers, but there's nothing like this in any other sport that brings a community together, thousands of people, and then brings in revenue and income to all the local restaurants and bars downtown Manchester or whatever city you choose.
Yeah. There's an economic impact to it. There's a health and wellness, but even in Manchester, I think there's an optics to it of like just positivity.
Absolutely.
And when we've had the mayor's, the corporate 5K is going to come up. Mayor Ruiz is going to be up on stage, and thousands of people lining the street. Like, how is this not like a positive thing? It's on TV. You're not talking about crime and
overdoses. And you're on live TV. Like WMUR puts this on TV live. I remember doing my first marathon, the Manchester Marathon, 2018.
Yep.
And I remember being up there in the line, and then they're going, "We're going live on MWMUR right now." In
You're
2 minutes.
famous now.
I was
no
like,
pressure, dude.
It's like, yeah. And and that still happens today. And you have public figures like a Jamie Staten, and you got a lot of team, a huge support team. But I think you had to build that team. And during that whole process, at one point you're a one-man team, and then a two, and you had to have some moments of like a Code Brown moment.
Oh,
building this company.
So many Code Brown moments on stuff like that are like super crazy stories. Well, first of all was like creating a company, like going back to Millennium Mile, having a bank account.
Right.
Like I had to open a bank account and do all this stuff. And then I had a credit card that I was just, take a sponsor out to eat or do whatever, or pay for whatever, and then
you're trying to hide it from Jen, probably.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't that big.
I literally had a the old stereotypical shoebox full of receipts. Like I don't know what to do.
Doing taxes later.
I don't know what to do with. Like I don't know how to set up.
You're learning on the fly.
I didn't go to school. I went to school for architecture.
Yeah.
Creativity. Did not go to school for business. Did not go to school for account. Like I had zero life skill around that.
Yeah.
Right.
It was all, but instinctually. Had ideas and it kind of built itself. So we actually hired our next door neighbor who was a stay-at-home mom that worked in accounting at Dartmouth Hospital. And
Okay.
She was a stay-at-home mom, didn't do that anymore. And she's like, I can help you out with that.
Awesome.
And Bethany did a great job. And she was like, came over two days a week and just like
helped
our books.
Yes.
And
that's one thing you don't want to let go because it's going to be so overwhelming.
Quick,
Was there any moment that Bethany said to you, "You can't do that. You don't have enough"?
Yeah.
I advise that you don't do it.
Yeah, there was she just thought I was crazy. That's just the idea. We're going to do this. This is going to be great. But I worked a lot just trying to get it off the ground.
Yeah.
But the Code Brown moment that I had, the worst probably in the first year, was the Shamrock Shuffle, the very first year that we did it.
Yeah.
And I had bought a trailer. The metal barricades we still have today, they're 14 years old. They still work.
Hey, yeah,
they work great.
absolutely.
They're kept inside all the time, so that's good. But it was me, myself, and I had hired two people that I know to help me. But I got there way earlier. I got there like 6 a.m. The race is until 2:00 in the afternoon.
Oh.
So I'm there.
Oh, you were
early.
ready to
I'm
go.
a one-man show, though. I'm literally the only one doing
Right.
it. And I'm setting up the tents and the bungee cords that we had for registration. And as I'm setting up the bungee cord, I'm stretching it, I feel it let go. And I looked and it like the D-ring broke.
No.
And the bungee cord was fully extended and the thing came back and I looked away at the last moment. It was almost like
Almost took your eye out.
almost like
God.
a ear, like a
Yeah.
Butler Trump thing. All right. It hits me in the side of the head, right up here in the scalp.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shit, that hurts so bad. It just hurts so bad. And then as I just go like this and I go, and next thing you know, blood's rushing down my arm.
Oh, no.
I'm the only one there.
Oh, no.
There's no one else there. I'm the only one that knows anything about the race. I have all the stuff. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I got to go to the hospital and get stitches. So I couldn't do that. So it's bleeding pretty good. It's like a facial. So probably it didn't need stitches, but it was just a flesh.
Right. Flesh wound.
Tis but a flesh wound. Yeah.
And so I walk into the hotel over by Veteran, it's now the DoubleTree, but what it used to be, Radisson.
Yeah.
And I walk in the Radisson in the front, and it's like, this is like 6 a.m. And the woman's like, "Oh my God, you've been shot!" Like it was literally down. Like it was down everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "No, it was just a bungee cord."
But I need
And she's
some help.
like, "What?"
Yeah.
So I'm like, "Do you have like gauze? Do you have anything?" And she's like, "Well," I'm not touching you. Like I blood. And yada,
Right.
yada.
Yeah.
So
You're
she
a
brought all
liability,
the
John.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
total
she's gotta be
liability.
like, oh no.
I have no idea what just walked in here. And so she gave me a whole bunch of like paper towels, gauze
Yeah.
from her medical kit. And I went to the bathroom, made a huge mess, but cleaned myself up.
Yeah.
And we were giving away hats for that event. I ended up getting one of the hats. I wrapped my head with gauze all around it and it stopped bleeding. And I put the hat on for the rest of the day.
Oh my gosh. That is
cleaned
some
up-
serious
After an
dedication.
18-hour day,
Yeah.
finally made it to a doctor or hospital.
Cleaned up the bathroom. I think we had 11 or 1,200 runners for that first one. It was like a great turnout.
Yep.
And amazing day. It worked out great. Everything went as well as it could be with I had hired 2 people. One guy couldn't show up. So
no.
it's like, this is great. Okay.
Yeah.
Everything's great. And then the biggest amazing moment of that day was I got home and Jen was at home. She didn't go. She was watching our son, Jack. And I got home and I was tired, gauze around my head. Just got to go, honey. And I was like, it was awesome. Like super success, more than I thought it would be. And she goes, well, I have some news. Like I'm pregnant.
No way.
Yeah. And she let me know that our son, ultimately was our second son, Liam. And there was that night. I was like, what? My emotions were like, talking about Code Brown. It was like all over the map.
Oh my gosh.
So, and then the Code Brown, I was like, okay, we have a second child on the way. Like, I better make this thing work.
Right.
At this point.
So
Like,
what
that
was
reminds me of the day I
what was
found-
race number 6, 7,
Yeah.
8?
yeah. So,
Well, that was the first Shamrock Shuffle.
Yep.
Right.
2011.
And so things are kind of working out. I remember the day I found out 1 was becoming 2 for twins, right? And I was like, how?
golly.
It's like, how the hell am I going to make this work?
That's twice as expensive.
I know, twice everything.
And he already
It's
had a
actually
daughter.
more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 1 turned into 3.
Yeah. So it had to be one of those moments, like back to my question from hours ago, those pressure moments. Like you seem to strive in those moments. I don't know if you feel that pressure or if it's just like the challenge is something you embrace.
That's a good question. I mean, I think I'm a competitor.
Yeah.
Like my background is hyper competitive and I want to win.
So that side of you will come out when you're
Oh,
in like,
definitely.
the stressful situation.
I am like when in the hardest races, you focus more.
True.
And I think when your back's up against the wall, you dig down deeper and I think I have that approach to how I run Millennium and our business in terms of like, I'm competitive against the industry, the industry in itself, right? I have every race in New England. I see how many finishers there are. I'm a psychopath when it comes to some stuff. Like I know like last weekend, so many people ran this race or that race or,
But it's a
how
healthy
fast
thing,
it was.
though. I would think that's healthy, though. It's healthy in the way like it makes you want to do better.
healthy, it's
No,
healthy.
I'm not talking maybe personally. I'm talking business wise. It challenges you to be better. It's a healthy challenge.
I would say my hyper competitiveness athletically has transitioned over to like my competitiveness of winning in business, right? And again, I didn't go to school for business. I said, reading all these things and saying, how can we do better? How can we create a better event? How do we have more employees? How do we pay for those employees? How do we build a building? How do we do the things to have us grow? Like if you're not growing, you're dying. If not running faster, time to retire.
Exactly. You need to keep evolving.
Yeah.
Every day.
And
That's key.
that's a lot of, I think, my innateness, and I think it's my wife's innateness, and many of the people who work for us. It's like, how do we do this better and keep growing?
Right. So you got a team now of, I don't know how many, but you've been doing this for 14, 15 years now. You didn't go to school for business. You didn't go to school for management.
No.
How do you manage all of this?
We have amazing people. So that's number one. They make me look like I know what I'm doing a lot of times, especially Jen. She makes me look
selling
like.
it.
So is that the quality you look for when you're looking to hire
I
somebody?
mean, everybody.
What's the main
What's the quality that when I'm
thing that
hiring
you're
someone?
Yeah, when you are.
I'm going to go the same thing that my dad. That's a good question that my dad asked my college coach when he came to our home visit our house. What are you looking for most of my son? And his response to that was, I'm looking for a good citizen.
That is
And
a
that was
fantastic
like,
answer.
my dad was like, oh, you're going to run for that guy. It's like, I'm looking for a good citizen I just want a good person.
Yeah.
I can teach you to do we can do anything. I want like a high quality, first class person.
Yeah.
That cares about who they're
love
with.
that. I love
and I think
that for an answer.
that question threw me off, but I'm going back to Coach Ron telling me, like, my dad, I want a good
Well, I mean,
citizen.
you want to surround yourself with good people.
Good, honest
quality,
people.
honest. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that care. We have a lot of people that run, obviously, that have a running background. Some people that ran collegiately, and one of our first employees, Mike Peabody, I hired him right out of college. He's been with us for 13 years.
That's awesome. So passionate about the sport.
Still
too.
passionate. And then, we talk about the world championships, the kid that just ran 142 for 800 meters last night. That's the office talk, the water cooler talk. So we're fans of the sport.
Absolutely.
And, my wife is, the biggest fan of the sport that I know, from a competitive side and a professional side. And, we look for that passion in people.
I love it. If you're you got to be passionate about it. Like this right here. One thing we've always said, it's a passion project.
Well, I can see when I listen to your podcast, your passion project is what you love doing.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see it in your personalities and your products.
It's what helps it grow. And I use that word. If you're not, the same thing, I'm going to use this forever now. If you're not growing, you're dying. I always use the word evolving. We need to keep evolving. When we master one thing, take on the next thing. And that's what we're doing now with the video and all this. And this right here challenged us to do it. Hey, guys on YouTube. So, because Bridget says to me, is this your first video podcast? And I go, well, no, we've been doing it for years virtually.
Yeah.
But never like this in person. We tested it the other day at your house.
All I can say is I truly enjoy having an in-person conversation. It just feels so much more genuine and real. Yeah. And it makes me a little less nervous about something that we have coming up in a few weeks.
Few months, huge one.
Yes. I think I'll be okay.
Erica's not nervous at all.
I was never.
Are you doing a podcast with Tom Brady?
Oh, God.
Oh, that's coming. No, but we're trying to get Big Z. Do you know Zdeno Chara? Do you have a connection? We want him. Yeah. He's quite the runner now.
He runs,
he does.
runs marathons.
He runs a lot.
Fast too.
Triathlons too.
I was never a public speaker, but it's getting a little more natural. We'll see.
So
I think you do it well.
I want to keep pumping the tires for Millennium here, but I want to really dive in. So we had Dave McGilvery. We got super lucky. Speaking about Erica stepping out of her boundary of comfort, right?
Yeah.
She saw Dave McGilvery one day might have been a Millennium race, and she's
no, it was the 16 miler in Derry.
Oh, Derry Prep.
That's the one, the Boston Prep.
And she's like, I need to say hi or else Eric will get mad. And we secured him for an episode.
That's my motivation. I don't want Eric to be disappointed.
Hey, you miss every shot you don't take, right?
That's true.
Wayne Gretzky,
Michael Scott.
There we go.
So we had him on, and we asked a lot of questions about what goes into all his events and the preparation. We learned for the Boston Marathon, one of the world majors, they start planning 14 months in advance. So let's just pick a race, and if you have one in mind, you can pick that race. But I'm just going to throw it out there because it's been 15 years, and this is last year, the NH 10 miler. So when you're planning a race like the New Hampshire 10 miler, it's not a small race by any means. When do you start planning this race? What's the first step you take for the next one?
Good question. Immediately on race day that year, we're taking notes. I'm taking notes on my phone, and our staff is doing the same thing. What's working right now? What's not working right now? In the moment, I identified X, Y, and Z out on the course for next year, change X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
So I think that day that is happening, we're already looking to next year on a try to make it better format. So that's probably day one. And
you guys do like a Monday morning quarterback type thing? You come back after the race?
We come back on Monday morning, 10 o'clock in the conference room in the retail store, on the side of the retail store.
Awesome.
And the whole team that is the full-time employees, which is 10 of us right now.
How cool is that?
We sit down and we round table the whole thing, the good, bad, and the ugly, and all these quotes you have from reading stuff. But like we're chasing perfection, knowing that we're going to land on excellence because it's impossible to get perfection, right? So I think Vince Lombardi said that one. So a race can't be perfect, can't go flawlessly. But if we're trying to, and we nitpick each other all the time because we're just trying to do a better job. And there's two different ways to look at it, but the end result is trying to get it to be perfect.
Absolutely.
And that's the fun part because the team, Cullen Madden, Mike Peabody, Connor Keeley, all our team that are part of our operations team, Bill Godfrey, they all care about the ultimate outcome. And that Monday morning meeting is key to renewing everything.
Absolutely.
because then we're, renewing the website and Barry Lewandowski is updating everything for next year's numbers and registration's getting renewed and there's an open date and the whole thing.
That is one thing I always look forward to. I'm like, all right, when's next year? When can I register?
Right?
I get my stuff on the calendar right away, and Eric is kind of a last minute guy.
You know what's funny about
I miss
that?
out on the t-shirt sometimes.
I get on the data train all the time. On our events that sell out early, it's like 65 to 68% women.
See, we like
no,
to
you guys have your act together. You're planners, and you do it with friends. In the races that don't sell out early, the men register last minute to bring those numbers up because the men are like, "What am I doing right now?"
I gotta do.
And they don't call their buddy like, "Hey, dude, you want to get dressed up and go for a run?" Like, it's just like not a thing that
they didn't coordinate.
They didn't coordinate. Like, let me check with my girlfriends because a lot of our running has been in the sport has been. Again, upwards of 68% women. Women tend to want to do it with. I'm stereotyping probably, and probably shouldn't, but they tend to want to do it in smaller groups, where men tend to do it more as lone wolves. Which is
I get that.
What, that's about our number: 68% women listeners to about 30. 2/3 women. I see that stuff. I look at that data. Yeah. So I watch what I say.
I mean, you are pretty accurate because women are very social, or at least a majority. And we just like to have an event to something fun to do. So if it's a race, even better. Like I'll go hang out and I won't go to the mall anymore, but then I'll go have fun.
You have the expert runner, the ultra marathoner that is influencing the newbie to try it too. So there's a lot of that. Like, let's do this together. Oh, you can do it. You'll do the Shamrock. It's only 2 miles.
There's
you get a
snacks.
beer.
Yeah, the beers are always good.
So now you got to race. Then you Monday morning quarterback the day after. What's the next step? When do you take the next step for a race? How many months in advance? You have multiple. So I don't know if you're always focusing on one race at a time.
Yeah, a lot of overlapping timelines happen. We've evolved into that a little bit, and we try to improve. That's probably where a lot of our work comes in now is evolving timelines together, such that we're working on something, whether it be marketing or Instagram posts or Facebook telling people about this, like, hey, this, that, and other thing is happening, but tomorrow we have this happening.
Yeah.
Right? So the corporate 5K is happening this Thursday in just a couple days, but we're doing the medal reveal for the Manchester City Marathon at the same time. Right? Like, how do we put those things together? And, different timelines. Sarah Sheldon has mentioned working on graphics for something, a Clearwater Marathon in January. I have to get the medals made for this because they don't just you can't wait for last minute on that.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
But Barry's working on the email that is going out tomorrow to all the registrants. So it's.
You ever have an event where like the race day's coming up and the shirts don't sew up or the medals aren't there?
Yes. Those are code browns.
Yeah. Oh, man.
The first year we did our Clearwater Marathon, there was an ice storm in the upper Midwest, like I forget where it was, like Atlanta time, and the medals, only some of the medals got delivered.
Oh, no.
And so we had to be at the finish line once the medals went out with cards, being basically like an IOU card. Like, we know who you are.
Okay.
Here's your, like, in lieu of a medal, you're going to get this in the mail. And the medals came on Monday, the next day. And we spent the entire day, like, shipping everything. But we got blasted on social media for, like,
right.
Which didn't have a medal at the finish line.
That stinks, though, because that's something that was so out of your control.
Totally.
Like.
Or maybe we should have ordered the medals 2 weeks earlier, right? We're trying to get close.
It's a learning lesson.
Yeah. So there's some code browns on some of those, but some stuff is out of your control.
Right. Right. You can't control it all, but then you got to manage that backfire.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that happened at Boston when they ran out of medals.
Yeah. Tara didn't get a medal.
Yeah.
Wow.
But they did. They made good on it.
They made good at it.
But
I think, you're always trying to do what is right by our employees. And, COVID was really hard for that, for us. Like, our whole business model was about getting, people together in masses. And all of a sudden it's like, no, you can't have.
I have to give you guys so much props for what you did during COVID, because I ran so many of your races. I was jonesing to get out of the house, and the way that you did it safely in your time trial starts and making sure everybody had like an arrival time and a parking time and just the way you organized it was so well done.
Talk about a team. I mean, our team worked really hard to
All of you
reinvent
guys.
like what the format looked like.
It was beautiful.
And that was Barry Lewandowski, our marketing director, calls it our Bubba Gump shrimp moment, going back to like when the hurricane hit and Lieutenant Dan was like, oh, and then they came back to port during the hurricane and all the shipping boats were gone.
Yep.
It's like we kind of felt like we were the only ship sailing at that point because I don't think anybody else was really doing races.
Yeah.
And it was...
Thank God you did.
But talk about, you mentioned something about being intimate with ultras. And for me, COVID, the COVID, I think the 60 races we produced was some of the most fun I had in my position because I got to give a fist bump to every, talk about it on the trail, right?
Did.
But I got a fist bump to every single person on the red carpet. Good luck, have fun, because he started every 6 or 10 seconds, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And I got to see people where if there's
so
2,000 people at a race, I don't, you don't see
You don't
2,000
get
people.
to do that.
You don't get
I love the way all the races started. One, you could kind of start with the friend if you figured it out and managed it. But I loved how you kind of got your moment. Your name would go on the board.
Yeah.
And whoever it was, whether it might have been Allie, because I know Allie did it once for me, they would say your name and then they
Red carpet.
Right. Yeah. It was kind of like your red carpet moment.
Yeah.
Like next up
And
is Erica Hamill.
we still get it during the Cheap
Marathon.
We've kept it for Cheap, and it's worked out really well.
I love
think
it.
Cheap is like the 6th best marathon to qualify for Boston by percentage nationwide.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. BQ's coming out of the race.
I keep coming back.
Yeah.
I'm nowhere near a BQ.
Dave
but-
qualified at Cheap Marathon last year or the year before. It's a great race.
fun.
It's set up to be that time trial start format is fun. It really lets you run without being impeded or in a pack.
Oh, especially the rail trails can get so crowded.
Yeah,
and it's
but when you're
not
one by one, it really works.
Yeah, I remember lining up next to a guy because you'd line up 2 by 2 and we'd just look at each other, not knowing, we're just like, let's go. It was such a cool moment.
This past year for Cheap, I was the only one. Like whoever was next to me never showed up. So
You scared-
I got a really good
Your
shout
own.
out from
Jamie was doing
Jamie.
and it's always like I get to, and some people just DNF. That's the thing about if they register or DNS.
Yeah,
if they
yeah,
register
yeah.
for $26, they're just like, whatever, I'm not going to do it.
Right.
That's true.
Well, I got that right here. Like race day, weekend logistics, and weather.
Oh God.
Like, let's talk about maybe bring up some of the worst weather moments and how do you guys manage those?
So we've only had to cancel in 14 years of doing this and 22 years of 26 years of the Millennium Mile. We've only had to cancel outright one race. And that was this past year. That was the Super Sunday.
That's right.
That we postponed it a week. And then there was another snowstorm that week. So it was like, we ran out of weekends. We can't do anything.
Yep.
But that was the only, due to weather. Obviously, at the start of COVID, we had to cancel races like everybody did. But then we got back on the horse pretty soon. But we've only had to cancel it for one. We've had some close calls.
Yeah. Well, like, do you have to go to the town, to the mayor, to the police? Who do you work with there? Do they come to you? Do you go to them? How's that process?
Oh, it's all on us to facilitate that, to go through the permitting process and develop those relationships. And I have to tell you, we've become such good friends with a lot of the law enforcement officers that we get to work with.
Yeah.
And we bring our professionalism, how it should go, and we get to work with them for safety. And it's just they're buddies. They become really good friends. The lieutenants and sergeants and captains that we work with, that they've just become really good friends. We'll go get a beer after the race and celebrate
great.
together. So
Awesome.
How do you approach them? And maybe how do you approach someone for the first time? Let's use the Fisher Cats, for example.
I got a really good idea.
Yeah, because we get to run on the field or on the warning track.
Yeah, exactly.
But how do you approach someone in a business or a town when you have a really awesome idea to put on a race at their venue, in their town, on their street?
Yeah, good question. I mean, it's got to be a win-win scenario, right?
Yeah.
Like you're bringing in more
It's got to be somehow
commerce
good
or-
for them.
Yeah.
Whether that's marketing.
Give them some incentives.
Yeah, right. and whether it's defraying cost of whatever it is. There's an economics behind it.
Yeah.
Like, what is it going to cost us? What's the benefit to us? If it's a business or whatnot, is it gonna be negative for us? Is it gonna close the roads? Is that good or bad? I mean,
Right.
we work on this. We talked about the optics of health and wellness and positivity, and then juxtaposed against my street is closed because silly humans are running up and down my street, and because the normal person can't get to Pappy's Pizza.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So there's a yin and a yang with that, and that's some of where the part of our mission statement as a company is our philanthropic stuff, right? And like we always have to go back to that as well, because if we're not helping the community in multiple facets, and one of them is being charitable, that's super important to us. So
yeah, I got that here.
How do you choose which charities? Is it based like on race, or do you? I think in the past, haven't you done like a main charity for a whole year? Or
yeah,
I'd love to know how you choose them.
Well, so I'll just go real quick. The mission statement that I created when I said like, here's the philosophy of what we're gonna do is like first create first class events. Like if they're not first class, and then we've evolved that to products too, because we have a store.
Yes.
First class events, customer service, and products. It has to be fantastic. If it's not fantastic, like if you're not doing a good job, you shouldn't be doing it.
Right.
And then the second thing is advocate wellness to as many people as we can. So be healthy, spread the gospel of running and health and wellness.
Make it inclusive. Yeah. Anybody can do it.
Anybody can, race, gender, creed, it doesn't matter. Like as many people can do this, let's do it. And then the last part is if you do those two things well, you can definitely be charitable and give back to the community, to the least fortunate of our community.
That's the best.
And so we've made the philosophy of having it be super, super local.
Good.
All our charities are super local. Again, I mentioned my parents passed away of cancer. We're not going to cure cancer with the corporate 5K coming up this week, the Delta Elliott corporate 5K. That's not going to cure cancer.
Got to get that sponsorship in. That's NASCAR training right there.
NASCAR trainer there. Yeah. We're not going to cure it that way, but it benefits the Selinsky Center for Cancer Care, where both my parents were treated.
Yeah.
But like my mom got a wig free of charge when she lost all her hair. And what that did for her was like so empowering.
Absolutely.
So like, we're not going to cure it, but we can give a lot of wigs out.
Yeah, you're enriching the lives of people who need help.
Touching them in other ways. So
absolutely.
You've raised over $2 million for charity.
Yeah, we're at $2.1 million. I would have never thought.
Yeah,
we have
we'll give a I gotta look this one. That's the applause.
Okay.
That's the applause button, okay?
This gets me.
That's the applause.
When I first, going back to my history of being a competitive runner, I was never, charity was not something that a professional runner thinks about. A professional basketball player doesn't think about like, unless they're like super wealthy that they can.
I feel like they're more like focused on trying to get sponsors.
Yeah, it's revenue producing.
More self-motivated,
Self-motivated, yeah. And in our sport, charity and who you're running for is like, when you go see the Patriots play and you're sitting in your seat you paid $300 for and you paid $100 for the hot dog and the beer, you're not saying, I wonder where the money goes. Like, I wonder who benefits from that beer sales. But that
I'm definitely not anticipating that money's doing any good whatsoever. It's just like, going to making the rich a little bit richer.
Right. No, 100%. I think the same
we're paying
way.
for like really big salaries and really big entertainment. The entertainment value is super high.
Yes.
But you're not necessarily thinking about who benefits from this?
Exactly.
And you've never gone to a Celtics game and say, who benefits from my ticket sales? But when you run a race, you say, who benefits from this? It's a really weird juxtaposition of our industry in sport.
It is true how it works like that.
Like when you watch the Olympics, do you say, who benefits from the Olympics? No, NBC Sports, right?
Yeah, right.
But
Snoop Dogg.
It's all more corporate.
Oh my God, he's like, yeah, right. LA, let's go.
It's definitely it just feels very corporate, like with that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So that mission statement of giving back to local charities, I felt like was the why of the other stuff that we needed to do. And we wanted to double down on that. Each race has charity partners in some respects, whether it means charity partners are trying to raise $500 for their boosters club to get new uniforms.
Oh, awesome.
So we have a lot
of that's even a side like a lot of people don't see. Like
they don't see that
if your volunteers are helping out.
So we don't have, with the exception of maybe a one-off volunteer that says, hey, I want to volunteer today. Every single person that's out there volunteering, they're volunteering on behalf of their charity.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
the charity is getting a check from us. So
That's
every race we're giving out checks to different groups, whether the person helps you park when you get to the high school, they're waving you in. Yeah. They're doing it for a group and they're getting, the Ancient Order of Hibernians, old Irish guys in Manchester. They've raised, I think we've provided them close to $40,000 or $50,000, and they're helping with parking at all our events, or not all of them, but the ones that need it.
Yeah, I see that right now with my daughter's sports teams.
Yeah,
we go and we volunteer our times to They asked me the other day. I go, no, I'm going to be at the race, but go clean the grandstands at New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
Yeah.
And the Speedway donates a big check to Manchester East Cobras.
Yeah.
And Millennium's doing the same.
Very similar to that aspect of it, but because we can't hire enough employees to like man water stops.
Right.
Absolutely,
right.
yeah, that's too much. That's way
and
too
it's
much.
just not feasible. But each one of those groups has their own fundraising component to it, and we'd like to say. I remember the Cub Scouts Pack 127 in Auburn by the 10 miler. When their den mom said, "Can we do this?" Her name is Amy Binda at the time, and she said, "Can we do this? We'll be your volunteer and do this." Yeah, we'll pay you guys to do that. They stopped selling all their popcorns thereafter because they raised like $30,000 or $40,000 over a couple of years to
Wow.
This is like the richest Cub Scout group ever. Wow. So it's a win-win scenario for them. And they got their volunteer hours.
Yeah.
The kids got accountability. So it's, But then there's bigger ones that have, peer-to-peer fundraising and true donations that come out of it. So to be a small business and a family business that we own and have, half a dozen or a dozen employees is to have $2.1 million or something that we've given to charity.
And let's talk about this one other factor too, because you mentioned like at a Celtics game or a Patriots, and I know very well because I've done multiple Ironmans. Like they're a for-profit company, and I've paid a boatload of money to get one or two really great Ironman photos of me.
Yeah.
Every Millennium race gets free photos.
Yeah.
Like, so you're not those people. You are a company for profit. Like everyone needs to make a dollar. But at the same time,
support your family.
You are like you're doing this and doing that, and you're giving back to the runners here with photos. Like everyone, I scanned through so many photos looking for one. I couldn't find it yesterday.
Shout out to Zach, who is amazing.
Zach Courier
takes some great photos.
Oh my
Makes
God.
us look good while running.
He does a great job. He captures things. I mean, that putting imagery behind it is amazing. And those moments are. I mean, there's sometimes where it's pouring rain, and Zach and we have a photog team of about 6 photogs that they can't always make every race, but they're out in the course. They're at the finish line, at the start line. Zach is he does all the promo, so he's out on his bike, and how about this? We did the Boston's Run to Remember the first year, and he was out in Boston on his bike, all over the city, doing promo shots, trying to get those aerials on the bridge and close-ups of people. And he's in Boston Common, and he put his bike down real quick, was taking pictures. Someone stole his bike.
What?
In the middle of the city.
Oh, no.
Right? And he gets back to the finish line, walks back. And at the end of the day, I'm like, Zach, man, it was perfect. I'm like, those photos were awesome. He's like, man, they were, I'm sure they are, but right now, like, I don't have a bike. It got stolen.
Unbelievable.
I'm like, what? So our running club, Millennium Running Club, Dave Belleville put a GoFundMe page up on our club and raised thousands of dollars, and they bought him a new bike within like a day.
Way to go, Dave.
Yeah. And it was awesome.
Dave won't come on the podcast, by the way. Can you help me convince him?
Sure. Well, Dave is one of our he's taken on photography as a hobby, and he is one of our photographers.
He's amazing.
Who also takes amazing pictures.
He takes amazing photos of me. I'm going to run with him on Wednesday. Like he takes the best photos on just the little runs we do together.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome.
He's the best.
We have so many talented people.
What was that like motivation, or what was the reason behind free photos?
Free photos? Well, there's these services that exist. Marathon Photo, Champion. I forget all
so much money.
Capstone Photo.
Yeah.
Now I got to say, like, if some of it is sponsorship driven, the ones that pay for it, like if you have a finish line, when you finish
Auto
Boston,
fair. Yep.
how much would you pay for that photo? Like,
I paid $70 for a marathon photo package when I ran Boston.
Right? Well, so you can't get that anywhere else. It's a once in a lifetime experience for so many people.
Yeah.
So we're not naive to say that we're in the same ballpark for those events, but we do capture, and our photogs capture those moments that are precious to people. It might be their first ever road race. It might be someone special with them. A great photo, just like this is my new profile picture.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, my philosophy was that we wanted to have a first class product. And initially, when we first did it, we had a service that we had to pay for. I'm like, this is stupid. It's got watermarks all over them. Like, it just doesn't work. So selfishly, I wanted to provide a better product for our customers. The byproduct of that for us was actually that when it's free, the customers share it more often. And essentially, they're helping, you guys are helping us advertise
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So there's some marketing. It's
great.
like we want to give you the tools to share how amazing you are.
There's a group chat.
I love the way you said that because, like, if you have like a great picture and you felt
Share
good
it.
that day, and you're just proud of your accomplishment, that's exactly what you're going to do. It's going on Instagram. It's going on
Exactly.
Facebook. It's
Didn't
going
happen on
everywhere.
social media. Never happened. And that being said, like when you have that epic photo and you feel good about your cheap marathon and you were awesome and you shared something,
I rang that PR
you
bell.
did. And that post, sometimes social media can be brag book and all the highlight reels, not real life. Unfortunately, but you doing that was real for you and you shared it and maybe you're inspiring 2 other people to do like, I can do that too.
Hope so.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're providing you the tools to help inspire yourself, like brag about yourself a little bit, but inspire it a little bit too.
If you're helping me, I want to help you. That's how it works.
We have a group chat and within
who's on the group chat?
Oh, well, there's a lot of group chats.
Okay.
Well, we have Tara Watt, Tara Pterodactyl.
Yeah, there's one of Tara Watt and
yep, Coach Watt.
a few others. And within 24, 48 hours after a race, it's usually Tara is always first. Like photos are up.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, look at this one, look at this one, look at that one, and we find our best ones. And I love how you can find it by the bib and everything.
Yeah.
And it's just so great.
The technology has gotten pretty good. It's going to get better. I think they're using more their services. I mean, part of our technology that we have for Millennium and our timing and what we do, is tagged with your bib number or your tag on your number. But it's going to it's starting to do more like facial recognition and like your bib number had a 5 in it and you're wearing green.
Oh, so it's starting to recognize all of those
and
things.
they pattern list. So I think that's going to help the photography deliverable. It might make it more expensive.
That's
for
cool,
some, but it's
though.
going to give you, because if you're in the shot and you're in the background
And you can't get the full bib. So you
or
can still
your
get
hand is in front of your bib number because you're like that.
Yeah.
Now you're not tagged on it. So
Right.
Yeah.
And you don't have to search through 1,000 photos
I know.
to find
I wish
one.
we could just give you all of the. We're going to implant the little chip in you, and then that'll be
right.
Neuralink.
Oh, I love that the photos are free because I remember like there's 2 photos of me doing triathlons when I did triathlons before I went from 1 kid to 3.
Yeah.
And I think I spent $33 on one photo because I wanted it to be at the time, my Facebook cover photo.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm never doing
Then he got
that
a digital,
again.
and then he scanned it, and
Yeah, and now I'm
Came
kind
in
of
the
like,
mail.
it's just every once in a while, maybe every 3 years now I see it and I'm like, oh, I spent $33.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm not
I've
that.
done that too. I think my first New York City.
I should
did
print it
not
and
buy
frame it.
buy the package, and I wish I did because
Yeah.
I was like, man,
Well,
I wanted.
there are some moments
something.
that like you just want to capture, and I think those larger major marathons have you kind of cornered into like this is what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
The only other photo I love of my triathlon career actually was a Millennium triathlon.
White
Mountain, beautiful
There we go.
triathlon, awesome. But it's a photo of like me and 20, 30 other swimmers running out from the beach into Echo Lake, and it's overcast, kind of foggy.
That's
and we're
cool.
like just going out into the abyss.
Oh, that's cool.
I love
It's such
that.
a cool photo. So-
Well, we need to talk about something about White Mountains Triathlon.
yeah, they got Code Brown.
Code Brown, literally a Code Brown. This is crazy. I mean, I think I shared it. We probably should have actually tried to. I wish a cyclist was leading the half Ironman, and he was like 40 miles into his 56-mile bike, going 27 miles an hour down in his aero bars, and runs and T-bones a black bear.
My God.
Ass over tea kettle, right?
Yep.
Like ejects him out. The bike is crushed.
Was he okay?
He turtles himself up over, road rash all over his back.
Oh, ouch.
He's fine. Bruised ego, crushed bike. The black bear takes off.
So wait,
And
Was
like,
the bear okay?
was he way ahead of anybody
He was
else?
winning.
And so
He
He was the winner. He was the
No,
leader.
I know that, but was anybody around to see the bear? Like,
No.
or was he just like,
Like, I don't know if someone saw him afterwards, but like the report came in from our medical. We have earpieces on. We hear like John to medical, like, and I deal with the medical. I'm like, yeah, what's up? Like, we've had major things happen in our events that are hard to deal with sometimes. But I'm like, we have medical. You're not gonna believe this. And I'm like, oh God, what happened? But I didn't know like what. Like, I don't know if someone died. I didn't know.
Right.
Like, and he's like, we had a collision, and I'm thinking car with a bear. And I'm like, what? I'm like, is he alive? like, yeah, he's fine. He's in the car. He came back. Like, he's carrying his, like, he's okay.
Yeah.
And road rash, bruised ego, all that sort of stuff. But I'm like, the second question was, did he have a GoPro on?
Oh my god.
Oh my God. Everybody asked the same way. Did anybody have it on film? Because if he had that on, that would have gone so viral.
Yeah.
For real.
That would have been amazing.
Actually, I asked the same question when I got run over by David Starr in the NASCAR race.
Did he have a GoPro?
Where's the video? There was no video. We're running like dog
Never
shit
happened.
that
Never
day.
happened.
I know.
Never happened.
The X-rays are there, but the
He only
video-
has the scars and yeah.
But no, that's a great second question. But what I actually want to know is, how did you manage that? We're talking the aftermath here. People are going to ask questions and everything, or do they? Like, when that happens.
That one, I mean, that one was sort of scuttlebutt. Like, did you hear someone hit a bear? It's the White Mountains Triathlon. You saw, I mean, you do see animals up there sometimes, but it was just more scuttlebutt around them.
Yeah.
And then everybody asked, do you get on a video? But the guy was super nice. We gave him a free entry to next year's race called Bear 2020. Here's your code. Someone's going to use that now. I think I said Bear.
He'll change it.
I got to do a triathlon again. That one might be mine now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know. Free entry. I don't know how I got it. It was amazing.
Poor guy.
But dealing with some of the medical stuff that comes up at events is sometimes challenging. It's emotional. I mean, we've had heart attacks and knock on wood. I mean, we have amazing medical partners that are part of our events. I mean, we don't spare any cost to make sure we have great.
Absolutely.
And those are the fire departments and hospitals and EMTs, EMS, all those sort of things. And you just can't be too careful.
Well, let's talk about that makes me think of actually one of the races. You mentioned fire trucks. One of these Signal 8 5Ks I did, Delta Dental Now, we had the hottest day of the year.
Oh, yeah.
And I think there was 4 fire trucks throughout the course, just spraying water. Like, is that something you manage, you go out and get? Or is that something
we work
town?
with the fire department and stuff on that. So it's part of the hot weather races we'll put into our plan. You know, we have to hire the detail that day for them to do it. But plug into a fire hydrant, put the diffuser on there and spray a water curtain up there. It'll cool you off.
I love it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Every moment of it, I was like, yes.
Every couple of years when it's that 90-degree day and 90% humidity, we're not going to cancel.
Yeah.
No.
But, use caution, go slow.
Right.
We increase water stops. You
got to think of these things because, you're liable in a way, right?
I mean, we're responsible for a lot of, Andy Shackett calls it people miles.
Right.
Is a thing he uses. And it's how many people are running and how many collective miles they're running. So if we have 4,000 people running the corporate 5K this next weekend and it's 3 miles, I mean, we have 12,000 people miles that we're responsible for from a liability or not necessarily liability perspective. I mean, it's a way to look at it, but responsibility.
Right.
And we have the responsibility to make sure people get back. They get to the finish line.
Yeah.
Like they'll go the right way.
Yeah.
And then ultimately they're cared and they're safe across the board.
Yeah. In my opinion, when you take those actions and you take that responsibility and you get the fire trucks and you do things, you're looking ahead, here's the weather, like that helps you grow.
I'd like to think producing a first class, I mean, whatever it is, whether it's the free photos or the medical response or how easy it is to park. I think there's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes that people don't really know or they don't see necessarily, but I think all those things are collective to, I mean, even timing. If your timing, if your time is off, if they missed a bike split in your triathlon, you're pissed.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that have to go right from pre-planning all the way through race day that collectively make for a good experience.
I think it all adds up because, you got to pay now for the detail of the fire department to do that. But it's going to help with, hey, they did this. They took the action to do it. They took some of their own out.
It just shows the commitment that you have.
And you're going to get the
wanna
positive reviews on that. And people are going to come back versus if you don't do that, people are going to be like, I'm not going back next year. That could kill you. And you take action to not let that happen.
Yeah. When we've had like the mistakes happen and let someone down, I mean, we take responsibility. Like, unfortunately, this didn't go the way we wanted it to. And we'll take whatever corrective action we need to do to make it better and whatnot.
That just becomes a point for your Monday meeting.
And
something
let's get better.
to do better for next year.
Is this our
excellent
longest
stuff.
podcast you've ever done?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. Mike Beeman was long.
I love the
Beeman was
B-Man.
pretty-
I love the B-Man. So I know Mike, so he taught me the beautiful love of a long run. So I was a high school junior and senior when I met Mike. And he He owned a store called Total Sports in Londonderry.
Yes, we
were trying to remember what it was.
Yeah, Total Sports. And I knew him because I would buy his shoes from him. And, you know, when my dad was laid off when I was in high school, he gave me a free pair of cleats or spikes to wear. I mean, like, just the nicest guy. But we just go and sit in the stool and just talk. Yeah. You didn't have to buy anything. Mm-hmm. It was like community.
Oh, and he is a wealth of stories.
Oh, my God. And now he's like, so we aspired when we had this store, and we built the store, is to make it be a place for community to come in and shop and talk and tell stories. And why are you here? Who are you? You're not just buying a pair of shoes. You're telling us a story.
You have a reason why you're buying these shoes.
Exactly.
Like, what are your goals?
Yeah.
What are you working
and
towards?
that's pretty cool. And so Mike's an inspiration for me. But he's like TikTok famous now.
Oh my God. Well, I like to say he got the on the runs bump.
Rep the steps.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah.
I'm not doing it right. Tara can do it better.
I like to say he got the on the runs bump because he was our 21st episode. Erica cracked a beer on that one, and it was so long we made it into a 2-episode part. You know, it was episode 21 and 22, and we're approaching
lots to talk about.
Yeah, we're approaching
Mike's awesome. I went on so many long runs with him in high school. He taught me how to run over 10 miles and more. It was awesome.
There you go.
Yeah, he was a great storyteller. He just, one of the other podcasts we produce now, he just went on that one, the LEG show. So
I mean, he's
awesome.
53 marathon. I mean,
Boston's 48.
48.
2 more
Incredible,
years for
right?
50.
God.
Yeah, 2 more years for 50. So we just saw him at the Goffstown Gallop a month ago.
Yeah.
John, you've been so incredible right now with your time. It's not over yet. We got a couple big questions, but I want to finish. I'm saving the store. I'm saving the talk about the store for Jennifer.
Okay.
All right, because I know she's the mastermind behind this. Maybe not the architecture part. Maybe she was, but I know that's your background. I want to talk last about Millennium, about the community you've built. You have the Millennium Running Club, and I still call it today the best $40 I ever spent on a babysitter was when I paid a babysitter so I could go to your jacket party and meet you face to face. So you do so many cool events outside of just a run. Like you got the club where if you're going to go and do 3 races or get this many miles, you get the ultra jacket or you get this jacket, that jacket, and then you have a big jacket party. You've built a community throughout, not just, you don't have to be a Millennium Running Club member to be a part of this, but you built this community here in the greater state or the general area. Like you go to Florida now for races.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about the community you've built and the people in it, because we know a lot of them. The guy Mark I ran into the other day, Tara Watt's been part of your Millennium Running Club for 5 years now. Tell us a little bit about the Millennium Running Club. I know that was a mouthful.
Yeah. So Millennium Running Club started as the Millennium Running Social Club. We started it. So I had the idea, Shamrock Shuffle, 2011. We're going way back machine, not quite the DeLorean, but close. 2011, Shamrock Shuffle was going to happen for our first year, and you get a free beer when you're done. Complimentary beer. It's not free. We pay for it.
Yes.
You get a beer ticket.
America knows that very well.
Redeemable. Sorry. Yeah. People don't know it's free is not free. Redeemable, one of the 3 Irish pubs in Manchester after the race. So to a lead up to it, I said, well, why don't we just do a training run each Thursday prior to the race in March? And so I got the Shaskeen and the Murphys and Strange Brew to all do a so
awesome.
I said, well, I think Harpoon Brewery was I got them to sponsor it. I basically said, I want to give out a complimentary beer and a T-shirt for anybody who comes to all 3. So I called it it was, I forget what we called it the first year. It was Millennium Running Social Club. No, it wasn't. No, it was after that. So we did that sorry, I'm confusing myself. It's been a long time. So we did those each week. I think we did a Facebook post. We had 12 people, then we had 16 people, then we had 22 people show up. And they had so much fun. Everybody's drinking beers after the run at Shaskeen, the last one. And they're like, you need to keep on doing this, John. You have another race. We should do this for the next race too.
Why
so
not?
I'm like, that's a good idea.
Yeah, keep it going.
3 beers into it. That's a really good idea. Okay.
That's where the best
all the best ideas happen to the Shaskeen.
Yeah.
3 harpoons. And you're like, golly.
We stirring any Jaeger bombs. So
no, you gotta stay away from that. So ultimately we did it for the next couple of races that we mentioned, the Manchester Mile. 3 weeks before we did it again, and then that turned into the next year. Then we created the Millennium Running Social Club, and then it was every Thursday. And then it was probably bad for me because every Thursday I was going out to the bars, which was with a kid at home and then one on the way. My wife was like, "What are you doing?" But it kind of took on a life of its own, and I think we were at the Wild Rover one time, and we pulled up to go to the run, and we had like 150 people at the bar.
Wow.
Overwhelmed. Like the police department brought the crews. They're like, "Do you have a permit for this?" I'm like, "No, it's just a
People meeting up together.
Well, running club things are sort of super vogue in cities right now. They're very cool. They're like all over social media.
Yeah.
I think we were like one of the earlier social running clubs that existed back in 2011, 12 is kind of the heyday of it. And then when we opened our retail store, and Jen we moved down here, opened our retail store.
Mm-hmm.
Jen got really involved in the running club side of it, and it became more a running club because we had more to offer then. It wasn't just the races and a pub run.
Mm-hmm.
It was we have the store, we have nutrition, we have just a lot more to it. And Jen, being a hyper competitive former All-American runner herself, has a lot to give, and she coaches. So she brought a lot more content. And now we still do pub runs once a month, but more people come to our Tuesday track workouts than ever came to pub runs.
Oh, wow.
Our track workouts are just 100
mean,
people every
to
Tuesday
say,
night.
If I'm going to do like a speed workout or something, I'd rather do it with a lot of people. So, because misery loves company.
But they're doing, and I do them every once in a while when it fits in my schedule because, we're all over the map on stuff.
Yeah.
But she coaches, but maybe 75, 100 people out there. And afterwards they're on the track or on the hill doing 20 minutes of core exercises after the work. I mean, the content is super high. So we have this amazing group of people in our running club that are just the best part of our community. And we want to do a sort of social thing and give them like, why do you like this? Why do you do it? And I guarantee you, if we asked every person what's the best thing about it, they're going to say the people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to say the people. So relationships matter. Right. We've had people get married because of meet their future spouse. Oh. We've had people get divorced because they met their future spouse. So all of those things and more, we have 2 staff members that one got engaged at one of our
oh, no way.
It's been really cool to see a part of it. And even our employee base comes from that. So they're awesome.
I love what you built. I love seeing when people build these things, and especially locally. It's so cool to see. And I have so many questions I could ask you. We can do this again sometime. I will go out there and say this is officially the longest.
Oh, no.
We are at.
It's not a bad thing, John.
From the moment Jen's going to say, she's like, you just won't shut up, Willie.
It's not.
It's me. It's me. I promise you, it's me. Jen, it's my fault. It's my fault. John's been looking at his watch the whole time, Jen, and saying, "Yo, I got to wrap this up." No, I'm kidding. But you've been so gracious with your time. Final 2 questions.
We promise.
I'm going to let Erica go first.
Mine's pretty easy. So, John, we have a Spotify playlist, and we like to invite our guests to add something to it.
I've heard you do this, and I was thinking about that. Exactly.
Good, so he had a heads up.
I did. Well, I've listened to him. I'm a fan, so I've heard him, and I know Jamie did Crazy Train. He likes disco too. It's like, Jamie, get some
something that's going to pump us runners up when we need something different to listen to.
So sometimes I use my some of the smaller races that I might be on the mic and do the PA. Mm-hmm. I love Snoop Dogg.
I love Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, right. I do. You mentioned him before.
The Olympics, hell yeah.
I know, right? And unfortunately, my explicit filter is not always off. So I was at the pool at the kids' triathlon. My son was there, and he's like, "Dad, you need to change this music."
Oh no!
These are little kids here. Oh gosh. So I'm gonna say anything from Death Row Records. Let's go.
All right, I will scan. If you have nothing off the top of your head, I'm going to have my homework to do.
Yeah.
Hey, she's good at that. She's very good at that. All right, here's my question. I change mine up every year. This year's question is,
okay, I don't know. I don't think I know this one.
On the runs as hosting this imaginary, maybe we'll really do it. Maybe you can help me. But this huge pasta dinner.
Okay.
And you can bring anyone outside of your family. I'm adding that now for the second half of the year. Outside of your family. Because Jen's already welcome.
Okay, Jen's already gone.
Yeah.
Kids too.
Sure. You get a +1. You can bring anyone in the world, alive or dead. Who are you going to bring?
I'd bring one of my mom or dad.
Oh, you can bring them both.
I was just going to say,
you said family.
You said you know what? Oh, yeah.
You said family. Yeah, okay, so that's a no-brainer. Oh gosh, that's a good question.
I can't help you.
I'd probably bring either my college coach or my high school coach.
Awesome. Are they still around?
Yeah. I mean, they were both retired from coaching, but
That'd be great. That'd be great. Maybe we'll really do a big pasta dinner one day.
I would love that.
Yeah.
We'd have some pretty cool people.
only if we can have some Chianti.
All right.
Okay.
Hey,
It's red wine, right?
this has been
Wine connoisseur.
this has been absolutely amazing. Dream come true. I played you that
my
clip
God.
from episode 1. Like, this has been manifesting since episode 1. So this is super cool. Thank you so much for your time.
Wow.
We've met so many of your people and staff throughout the last 3+ years, from Bridget, from DJ Darren Roy,
Yeah.
Jamie Staten, like Miguel. There's so many employees of yours who we know who just pump the tires. And I want to give a special shout out to Bridget, because she came over to me at a bar once. I never met her. She goes, "Are you that podcast guy?" I go, "Yeah." And she goes, "You need to have my boss on."
Oh, really?
And this was a
Okay.
while
I
ago.
love
And then
Bridget.
she talked all about you and Jen. And then the other thing is, so Bridget said,
She's an OG employee at our store. She was the first opening day employee when we opened in 2016.
it.
She's been with us for a long. And she's a teacher, and soon to be a mom. She's very
close.
pregnant. She was just working the store the other day.
Oh,
all popped out.
congratulations.
But your staff, your team rave about you and the company
Oh,
and the
gosh.
people. So I wanted to throw that in there
Well, thank you
before
for
we
saying
end,
that.
because and we're super excited. I was telling her, I ran into her at Hannaford's actually.
I hope she's pregnant. You don't want me to hurt her.
Well, this was around the time you gave me the phone call, or shortly after that, and I run into her and I go, "Guess who called me the other day?" And I told her you called, and I was like, "I'm going to be there." And then she goes, "When?" And I told her the date, and she goes, "Crap, that's the day after my last day."
Yeah, she's taking maternity leave, right?
Yep.
So funny. That's funny. She's fantastic. But you should have said, like, "Well, how'd you get my number?"
Oh, how do you get my number?
Yeah.
So
I know everything. Like, you signed up for our races. I know where you live. I know your social security number. Like,
I'm
state.
gonna
stalk you.
I'll, I'll tell you this story. There's some stories. All right. So
you're like, who's this weird?
Gonna start
calling?
registering
Who's
under
this?
fake names.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
the
It
best,
can be used for good too.
so back to the best $40 I ever spent. I get your name. I get your email from Tara after that, or from somebody. I think
Yeah.
it was Tara, and I shoot you an email, and then we fired back once or twice. And I'm on an airplane flying home, and I got Wi-Fi, and I'm emailing like 10 emails, and one of them was to you. And I get off the airplane, I walk, I get in my truck, I'm driving home, and so you know how sometimes your phone will actually tell you who's calling you, like maybe it's AT&T or maybe it's like the electric company, and you don't know the number, but it'll say the name, like it might say Millennium Running.
Yeah.
Well, yours actually said John Mortimer.
Oh, really? That's cool. I got to change. How did that happen?
I don't know, but I'm driving, and then all of a sudden it says John Mortimer, and I was like,
You pick up the phone.
Spam call.
If John
Spam
calls you, you pick
spam
up the
likely.
phone. Spam likely.
I pretended when I answered to be like, I don't know who's calling, but I took a moment before I hit the green button.
Spam likely.
Just breathe.
Oh, that's
just
funny.
breathe
But
a
that
little
was
bit.
cool. That was cool. And I know I can talk a lot, and you said you could too, but man, that was a cool phone call.
Well,
and that was
the thing
fun.
about it, I mean, I think we were emailing, and I was like, I love in life relationships, and I just rather pick up the phone. Like, we spend too much time on device email. Like, talk to people. I don't know.
Yeah, it was
I'd
a
rather
great
do
call.
that.
You're
every
old
day.
school.
It was a great
Yeah,
call.
maybe.
And we
I'm
made this
old
happen.
now.
This was great.
Yeah.
And you challenged us in a way. You didn't like actually challenge me, but when we proposed this concept in the store, I was like, okay, that's the next step for us. And so we got a tripod I bought in high school and a camera I bought for Disney World. I got the right cables. I got everything. I tested it out.
Well, I think you guys do a great job. Like I said, I'm a big fan. I listen to a lot of the episodes.
Appreciate
Try
it.
not
We're
to
a
miss
big
them.
fan of you and
Yeah.
what you've
Well,
built.
we can't do a great job without having great people that run the races. And thank you guys for spreading the love and
Well, this is great.
inspiring people.
Yeah.
Keep on moving. Let's go.
Absolutely.
This was great. Sorry, guys, for the super long episode. Might be a two-parter, but
Either that or we'll have
Hey.
quick tros.
come see us this weekend at the New Hampshire 10 Miler, because we'll be there. John will be there. The amazing staff will be there. And if it works out, we might be in the back of that church parking lot again, doing a little live recording
Yep.
after like
I
last
think we
year.
just put you right in the village, right in the registration area.
We could
Put us
figure
right at a
something out.
table on stage.
We'll be
Yeah.
around after we run though, because it's the last one, and
We're
it's,
gonna party pace, right? We're
We're
gonna get
gonna
a whole
party
group
pace.
together and just have a blast. We're gonna ring this thing in.
It's great. It's a
With
great
bells
event at a
on.
beautiful spot, and sad to see it go, but it's going to be fun. So we'll see you guys there this weekend, and can't wait to see you. And I hopefully before then will have finally met Jamie in person at the 5K. But I can't wait to see you guys there. That's going to be a great race.
Awesome.
So, John, thank you so much. This was awesome, guys.
Thank you.
John Mortimer on the On the Runs podcast. That was wicked awesome.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed John's entire Millennium Running story with him and his history, his running history, and how Millennium started and how he came about creating all of these wonderful races that we get to be a part of nowadays.
I don't even
So
think it's like the entire story. Like as I said,
we haven't even scratched the surface,
right,
I swear.
right. Or as I said yesterday with someone else, pick the scab. We barely dove into the business part. We failed to mention they've raised over $2 million for charity. There's so much more we could have talked. We could have recorded all night past midnight, but
I'm sure
you would have lost your streak.
I would have been doing laps inside the Millennium store while you guys.
could have done it.
Keep
They have a
going on without me.
treadmill
I'll
there.
just carry my. Oh my God, they did have a treadmill.
Yeah.
I messed up. I should have just done my mile in the store.
So I was there. Well, let's just talk after recording, even before. Like, this has been so much fun coordinating this with John, making it all happen. It's been a couple months in the making, actually, because I said, you know what, John, I want to do this in person and I need to get it on video. And I don't want to do it the crappy way we did the Christmas episode last year. I wanted a real camera.
Crappy way.
Right. So I figured things out and we said, we'll
Learning
kick
a
off
lot, yeah.
the second half of the summer when we come back from our break with you. And it was so much fun. Practice setting up, making sure you had the right thing going on, the right cable here and there, doing trial and errors. And then when we showed up and he was so welcoming, not only that, but after, he gave us, you'll see it in the vlog, he gave us this whole behind the scenes tour. You and I are actually the first people to set eyes on the New Hampshire 10-miler medal.
That is true. That is so true. It was such a privilege to get to see that and know what we're working towards on Saturday when those hills are, well, crushing my spirit. I could at least say that for certain.
Well, we're going to party pace, you said. No spirits will be crushed.
Yes.
We're going to party pace.
Perfect.
Yes.
That is what I want.
Yeah.
I will be much happier if we're all in this together.
Oh, it's going to be great. The weather looks amazing too.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. I'm glad it starts on the early side. I know it could be a little warm in the afternoon, but hey, if we're just hanging out and recording some guest appearances and to see who wants to talk to us, it can be as hot as it wants.
And if you want to be the guest, you can come over to the table and sit down, say hi.
Yes.
We're going to have open mics for anyone who wants to come and say hi. I'm sure we'll talk to a few of people we know, but I would love to meet people we don't know and haven't met. Like, this is going to be fun. This is kind of like, I don't know if this was in the picture when we started, but this came into the picture within the first, around episode 50, like, all right, long term, and it's happening.
Yeah. And you guys are totally going to help me with my slight public speaking trepidancy. Is that the word I want? I have a little
It's going to be just
trepidation.
like a real episode, though. Like, it's,
I know. It's
we
just
like
people
to create
watching
an
me.
atmosphere where you feel like you're in the room. And that's why the conversation isn't like an interview where we're just asking the questions. We're sharing our personal stories too with the guests. We try not to do it too much. We try not to repeat like my Lake Placid story multiple times.
Or you being run over by a NASCAR.
Yeah. Well, you know, some people, they miss that. It goes right over their head. They go, wait, you worked in NASCAR? And I'm like, yeah, you know, we've talked about this before in the pod. Well, I joined maybe a couple episodes ago or earlier in the year. So sometimes it's fun.
We welcome all the new listeners. It's super cool. Just keep spreading the word. We absolutely love it. So if we share a couple stories that you've heard here and there, just don't hold it against
But that's
us.
the atmosphere I hope to have at the race. More like
real chill.
You're part of the
We're gonna have fun.
conversation. You're there. We'll ask you how your day went and everything and who you are. Tell us about you. But we're just getting to know you. This isn't, you know, Oprah or the Ellen show. This is On the Runs.
I would love to be Oprah someday where we could be like, you get my race tats, you get some right socks, everybody get some stuff.
That's
like
right.
I would love to just give out some stuff, especially from our wonderful sponsors.
Yes. Well, and we need to mention those partners because we totally forgot to do it on Tuesday.
We spaced it. We're so sorry.
I know. We need better structure.
We do.
But we have a couple brands that have partnered with us for the New York City Marathon, you know, fundraising we're doing. So My Race Tats and Right Socks have partnered with us. And if you go, the link is in the show notes. If you want to get some My Race tats for your next big race or a fall marathon, or if you want to get some new fresh socks, go check out Right Socks. And you're going to learn more about them soon. The double layered socks, they're fantastic. 15% of your purchase goes towards my New York City fundraising. So no, you don't get a discount. And I'm sorry, we went this way. And,
hey, they're quality
and I'm not
stuff,
expecting thousands. Like I might, you know what? If I even get $100 out of this, amazing. I'm so thrilled though that I do know people have gone and purchased because it shows it works. And these partners of ours who've joined us are like, hey, we want to continue a partnership, and we have more on that to come soon. So I'm super excited. Thank you so much, Dawn at My Race Tats, Caitlin, and the entire family at Right Socks. You guys rock. You're awesome. Thank you so much for supporting this podcast.
And I have to say, that was super cool going back to your vlog. We got to see a little behind the scenes of your big fundraising
What'd you
night.
think?
It was like controlled chaos.
It was.
I think that's the way to do it because you had Jen standing up with a megaphone yelling out numbers. Adeline was bringing the raffle prizes to the winners, and there were so many people there, and just the generosity, I could just feel it in the room. It was amazing. So congratulations to you guys, and I hope you guys have reached your goals or are getting close.
We're getting close. Not there yet.
Eric?
Got a little ways to go.
How you doing?
Under $1,000. It doesn't actually say that on the website because all the money was Venmoed to me after we raised it all. We raised nearly $4,000 at that raffle night.
Amazing.
So about $1,000 to go for me. About $1,000.
Okay.
So go buy some Right Socks. Go get some My Race Tats. I would rather you get cool product versus just giving me money. If you want to give me money,
or you could just give him money because he's got 2 weeks to.
Technically, I do, but we're gonna do. So I gotta have that 1,000 by the September 1st, and I will just pay it myself. But we are gonna do a smaller raffle at an event coming up in September with a couple raffle prizes, kind of to the side of the event. And you can also donate, and any of that money that happens at that night kind of makes up for what I'll throw in the pot on the 1st to finish the pot. Because it's different. I need to get the money before 2 full months before the New York City Marathon, where typically I've never fundraised for a race before, but typically you get like until a month after the race, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, that's how it was when I did Boston, well, that was a ridiculous amount of money, and thank God they gave us until I think I had May 1st, so just a few weeks later. But I joined the team late, so I already had less time to raise money. So I was very thankful that I had extra time. But yeah, it seems a little weird that it's 2 full months before you run.
Yeah, but it's fine. Hey, you know, it takes off that pressure.
You're getting it done.
Like either you made your money or you already paid it. You don't have to worry about it. Focus on training for the last 2 months because that's really what I got to do.
Stressing over.
Yeah, that's really what I got a couple half marathons in mind. I don't know which one I'm going to do yet, but I'm thinking.
Okay.
I want to do the New England half.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a couple weeks before the New York City Marathon. So I actually am also thinking, if it works out cheerleading schedule, in September running the Clarence Del Mar half marathon.
I love that for you. Clarence Del Mar is a wonderful race. You will have a blast. That is one of, I had a blast doing it, I think 2 years ago. And then that is one of KJ's favorite races because she is a Keene native and knows the area very well. So yeah, that's a great choice.
Yeah, if it works out.
I would run it with you if I was there. But
where
I think that's my Yeti weekend. I'll be in Virginia again.
Yeti.
Is it the 26th or something, like the 27th?
That sounds right. Well, yeah, it would be a week after NASCAR. Yeah, it sounds right. Yeah.
If it was the weekend before, which I ran the full marathon.
If it was the weekend before, I won't
Yeti.
be there. I know it's not. I already checked. It's not NASCAR
that's
weekend, which is like the 21st or something. Which I'll do a ton of running that weekend around the property, and all the people waking up in the morning drinking more beer. They're looking at me running around like a madman. They're like, "What are you
should
doing?
Do your own beer mile. Do a beer mile and then watch the race."
I could vlog a beer mile. Oh, maybe I could get maybe I could organize a beer mile there. At NASCAR.
That would be so fun. Hey, I could join you at that one. I'll be around for that.
Yeah, come for. Let's do that. Can we do that?
Sure.
Let's do a beer mile at NASCAR. Who wants to do this? I need someone to come and watch the boys because they'll be with me. But there's a perfect stretch, right? With all the campers, we'll just run down and back, down and back. Oh my God. Guys, NASCAR weekend beer mile. That's going to be a thing. Yes.
I bet you could get a lot of people to join you, or at least get the people to drink the beers
do
with
it
you.
Saturday
so you won't
night.
Be alone. Ooh.
And guess what else we do on Saturday night?
What?
Lobster.
Oh, I don't do lobster.
You don't eat lobster, I forgot.
No, but that's more for everybody else. I just want chicken fingers. That's all.
Okay, chicken fingers are fine. So we talked about, we kind of teased, if you guys want to do this, we want to run the Mount Washington Auto Road race next year. And I talked about camping in that whole
let's get
field.
a whole team there too.
But we want to do lobsters there after. Like, so if everyone wants to come and get a campsite after, we'll, in the field, steam a bunch of lobsters. I forgot you don't like lobsters,
and also
though.
Bring chicken fingers.
Okay, lobsters and chicken fingers. Chicken fingers for those like 6-star here.
Yay. All right, I'm in.
All right, cool. Anyways, yeah, beer mile. That would be pretty.
Come on, that's got to be fun.
Yeah,
that's got to be really fun.
We're gonna work on those details. We'll figure it out. Maybe, maybe we won't do it Saturday. Maybe we'll do it Friday night. We'll figure it out.
Probably do Friday night.
All right,
sure.
Cool.
Sure.
You've never been to NASCAR.
I have not.
Oh, it's
well,
the best.
I've been there before because there was a half marathon that started at the Speedway and ran into Concord. It was like the Curious Traveler half. This was
did it run all in 106? That had to be boring.
Maybe it was pretty though because it was October and everything was changing colors.
There's so many events there, and there's so many in the past. Like they used to host a Tough Mudder.
Oh,
Millennium has a race there, like Yule the Night.
Yeah, you'll run
something. You go through all the Christmas lights. There's over 3 million.
You'll light up the night.
Yes,
that's
that
the one.
was
There's
it.
like 2 million Christmas lights or something.
And then somebody told me there was actually used to be an official like beer mile race, and on pit road you would have your own pit box, and your team would have to run a mile, go into the pit box, and then chug a beer, and then the next person runs a mile. Like because the speedway there is exactly a mile.
That's so fun.
Oh, it would be cool.
Did you watch the new, like they do a beer mile championship every year?
I didn't see it yet this year. When was it?
Oh,
It's
I watched
summer,
the YouTube.
right?
Yeah, it's usually during the summer. They had it in Chicago last year. I forget where it was this year, but some records got broken. Some real fast beer miles were done.
Yeah.
So impressive.
Speaking of records getting broken, and speaking of podcast, and I mentioned, I don't, if you Swifties out there could have counted right away, I mentioned like more than 6 or 7 Taylor Swift songs. Did you see Taylor Swift go on the New Heights podcast? Did you watch it?
I didn't watch the whole thing. Of course, I've seen the clip though.
Oh yeah,
but it's just I love how she's dropping her new album.
I watched the whole thing in my hotel at DC. I just randomly turned it on 3 hours after it dropped, and it already had over 4 million views.
Holy shit!
On just YouTube. But
oh wow!
By the next morning, it had over 15 just on YouTube.
That is so impressive.
Not including Apple and everything else. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. Like, and she talked, she talked about baking sourdough bread. But what was like amazing to me to hear was the story about her getting her music back. Did you catch that part?
No, because I only saw the clip where that was like out in social media about like the actual release of her album.
Okay.
So no, I didn't.
But all her music in the past, she didn't own.
Yes.
Just like
I've
Michael
heard
Jackson never owned
though.
his music. You actually pop quiz. You know who bought Michael Jackson's music at an auction and outbid Michael Jackson?
No.
Paul McCartney from the Beatles.
No shit.
Who would do that?
Paul McCartney.
Why would Paul
what
McCartney
was he gonna do
that?
with Michael Jackson's
They were
music?
like best friends too. And he bought Michael Jackson's music so Michael couldn't have it.
What?
Yeah.
And they're best friends? I don't think
I wouldn't
so.
say best friends, good friends at the time.
That's not a best friend thing to do.
I know. But Taylor got her music back, and it was such a cool thing. So what I didn't know is if you ever look up Taylor Swift, and I have to look her up on Spotify from time to time because kids want to hear Taylor Swift, there's always 2 versions of her song. And
well,
so,
yeah, Taylor's version, she was like that was her way of taking her music
I didn't
back,
know
was
it, so she
re-recording it.
re-recorded it. I never knew that, and I learned that.
I
so that
did.
was amazing. She got her music back, but also she now owns 2 versions of them all. So
good for her.
Teardrops on My Guitar, and then Teardrops on My Guitar Taylor's version.
Taylor's version.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Carolina's going to be very proud of you for actually like starting to learn some Taylor
I love you,
Swift
Carolina.
stuff.
I actually wanted to mention that. I'm hoping before she hears this
She
part
caught-
that
she
she
caught
shoots
on.
me a shout out on the intro there when I listen all those songs. So,
Probably.
speaking of Carolina, I met
Mhm.
her. You know who introduced me to her?
Who?
Yuki,
Oh,
who made
yeah,
an appearance on the pod.
That's right. On the vlog.
vlog.
On your vlog. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what didn't make an appearance on the vlog?
I couldn't tell you.
So the boys made an appearance, but we're going through the whole, I wouldn't say potty training, but lately there's been a lot of nature peas.
Yeah, you can't show
They
that
just
on.
whip it out, right?
Ah.
So everywhere,
that's
in
funny.
the middle of anywhere. In fact, when we get home, sometimes they'll walk right by the bathroom to the door to the yard, and they'll just go in the yard, right? So we're standing for the national anthem at the kids' triathlon.
What?
And then all of a sudden, I look to my left, and
Oh my God.
Tommy is taking a leak during the national anthem. And I'm just
Oh
like,
my
oh my God, oh
God.
my God. And I was a little off to the side. But that has been
What do
happening.
we do? What do we do?
Oh my God, what a phase we're going through right now.
How do you nip that in the bud? Like, how do you? No.
Exactly.
Hold it.
Well, you know,
Like, you
they're
can't
getting
tell a
better
kid
at
to
holding
hold
it
it,
like on the
like-
spot when they have to,
they?
I guess. But
Okay. Because that's what sounds like a dangerous game to play. I know nothing about potty training.
parents just look at it and they go, "Been there." Pretty much, they go,
I'm
"Yep,
sure.
been
Yeah.
there." With boys.
Uh-huh.
So that happened.
So, dude, I think you've made it. You know what they say? You've really made it when you get a troll. You've got a troll. You're
made
doing
it.
the troll that.
I got a troll comment. I was so excited. I was like, I got a hater. I actually called Allie G, who bailed on me, by the way. We can talk about that
Oh.
later. I said,
Yeah.
what do you call this? What is it called? It's a thing. What is it? I had a troll comment. Someone said, like, my vlogging sucked, basically. It's like,
I believe it was
she
your
goes, I
blogging.
suggest you get it sorted out. Okay. Okay.
Was it a woman? I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah,
I
it
don't
was
even
a
know. But
woman.
they just suggested
Yeah.
because they are the experts apparently. And yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, it was so funny because I saw like I had 3 or 6 comments or something, and I through an email. I saw it on an email.
Mhm.
And so I was like, oh no way. People commented.
Wait, you get your like comments from
Yeah,
email
like
them
I'll
to
get
you?
an email that says,
Oh.
your video has been out for 24
it has, like, a new
hours.
comment
it
or
has
something,
this
or-
many views, this many comments, that many likes. I go,
Oh.
comments?
Oh.
And I went and looked at it. I laughed. I was like, this is funny. I know I sent her some kind of response. Like,
Uh-huh.
thank you so much. Because she called it a blog.
Mm-hmm.
I go, thank you so much. I will take this into consideration when I decide to finally start a blog. I
I'm
think
glad
it was
you
a
took it
bot
in
or something. I
stride.
don't think it's real. I don't think it was real.
Oh, well, good.
But
yeah,
it's
I
funny.
probably would have been like, oh man.
Yeah, it's funny.
But yeah, you don't let that kind of stuff get to you.
No, but it's cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. Like one day it will probably get old and boring if for some reason that happened all the time. But
Let's hope it doesn't.
Yeah, you just block
We
it
can
out.
only go up from here.
But hey, we made it. We made it. Yeah.
It's really you. It's not me.
Well, no, it's we. It's like I said, it's always we. Anyways, besides that, it's been an amazing week. We got what did we say? 52 days to the Chicago Marathon. How you feeling?
Bring it on. I am ready.
Nice.
I am very, very ready.
Nice.
My legs feel good. I feel good. I am
You're
just
strong.
amped and ready to go.
I mean, you're doing 100 milers. You got a 100 miler before Chicago. You got an ultra
do.
after Chicago. Like,
I
you're
do.
insane. You need to
Yeah,
do more
probably-
strength training, though, and you need to stretch more.
Yes. KJ's working on that. I already told her, I'm like, I am ready. Let's ramp it back up again. Because majority, like the other races that were so close together, they're finished. Those are done for the season.
Yeah.
So now it's back into, I'm pretty much focusing on the marathon though. Like I want the speed.
Okay.
And I know that I can run walk the 100 before that. It's 2 weeks before. And then probably not my smartest move, but Ghost Train is the weekend after Chicago, but I'll be fine. Like just gonna wing that
Good
one.
to go. Just chill. Just hang
I'll
out with your
Chad
people.
Ultra with me,
because
like
your people are going to be there. I
Yes.
think Jason and Megan are going to be there.
Yep.
Ultra Chad's going to be there.
Yep. But yeah, and then hopefully whoever I can get from the area who wants to just drop in. I mean, Jay lives close. Tara said she would come by. Hopefully I can get Lindsay. If anybody wants to share a lap with
Shauna
me.
to come.
You should get Shauna to come. You think she would want to like do a lap with me?
Yeah.
It's
why
walking.
Not?
It's literally walking
Right.
in the
Absolutely.
this back half of this thing. So
that's the one I'm going to try to make because it's close enough. I won't be at Hamster Wheel.
Because you've got New York City, and I want to know how you're feeling for that.
We're
training
really getting there. I feel like I'm where I was last year, and I got really good last year until I didn't.
Well, you have a very good reason to keep running. So if you need any motivation or a running buddy, that's not as long as it's
come
not
running with me
10:00 in the morning when I'm working or 5:00 in the morning when I'm sleeping.
Yeah, and guys, who wants to come running with us? Like, I want to get someone new in the vlog. I have someone right now locked down for tomorrow on Friday.
Nice.
Like it looks like it's going to happen. I want to get someone new on every vlog. That's like
excellent.
A goal going forward. Get someone new. Like maybe Justin will come with me. Justin DeFlameri, right? Because he just
that would be
ran
super
another
cool.
length of a state, Vermont, I think it was. So
Yep.
He's wild and crazy. Guys, no, thank you so much for supporting this podcast. Don't forget about our fundraisers. Erica's running Chicago for the American Foundation for Suicide Awareness in honor of her brother Nick. I got it. I aced it.
Nailed it.
Yeah. I'm running for Team Force, which is a nonprofit devoted to improving the lives of individuals and families facing hereditary cancer. We're on Instagram. We're on YouTube. Let's subscribe to that YouTube channel. Let's grow that. We're on Threads. I post.
Follow
there.
us.
A lot of love. Hey, do all that. We don't ask for this every episode. We really should.
Share.
But we really
like
don't.
And share.
like, follow, subscribe on it all. But most importantly, share this podcast with everybody. The podcast, the vlog, all of it. Share it. If you want things to help out with that, like Stoolie stickers with the QR code, we made
Hit
that.
me up.
Yeah.
I just got holographic Stoolie stickers.
Ooh, who wants
Those are
one?
limited edition.
We should do like a thing where if you show that you shared this with a couple people, like we'll send you some holographic Stoolie stickers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If you love it, you can be a Patreon, but just share the podcast. It's amazing.
I almost forgot about Patreon. We love our Patreon.
Yeah. See, we forget to do this half the time because we just have fun chatting and then we wrap it up and we go, we forgot to do that part. So guys,
like
you're
we forgot
awesome.
to talk about Right Sox and my race tab.
Our pod fam is amazing. You guys rock. If anyone's new from the Millennium Running family, welcome to the pod
Welcome.
fam. Yeah. This was cool. What a week. Again, thank you to John. Thank you to Millennium Running. I'm so excited for Saturday at the New Hampshire 10 miler. Fingers crossed. All goes well. We might have a tent
it's gonna
with our
go,
name on it. We might
and
have
it's
a
gonna
backdrop
be
with
epic.
our name on it. We have more exciting news to mention or to break in about a week or two for September 18th. Save the date. Save the date. Oh, I'm so happy. 179 episodes. This is amazing.
The numbers are getting up there, man. I love to see it. I love to see it climb.
Happy Friday Eve, everybody. See you on
Happy
Saturday. Erica, take us home.
Please come say hello if you see us on Saturday. And thank you for listening. You know we love you.
Don't fear the code brown.
And don't forget to stretch.
Oh, it's never recording.
I would murder you. No, he's got at least that.
That would
so
be
we got
awesome.
something.
2 hours, 48 minutes.
Oh my God, really?
From the beginning when it actually hit we started after 10
golly.
You're like, oh